Hi, welcome to Tarot by Naveen. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you here. Okay, so clearly I am a tarot card reading channel. I offer general card readings, money career readings, love readings, oracle readings where you get to interact with the universe and your own intuition, forensic readings where we kind of give a personal deep dive into you personally, internally, and spirit path readings. Well, that's where we go into the external energies and what's surrounding you, your higher self, the big picture, and karmic lessons and stuff like that. And if you were like very anticipated, like really want to see what the next reading is coming out, while being a part of the YouTube page is a great benefit, if you want to see early readings, you might want to consider becoming a Patreon member, because that is where you can get early readings. On the Patreon page, you will also have access to the shop where I plan to introduce bonus readings and also a choose your stack reading. So you get to like choose from 3 different stacks. So yeah, on the Patreon page is like a key membership and a Lotus membership, so you get to choose. Oh yeah, and I also offer personal readings, so if you want to check that out, look into the description box below. You could also donate to the channel. All of these ways are great ways to help support the growth and development of the channel, so becoming a YouTube subscriber, a Patreon subscriber, and all of that good stuff. Okay, so that's a lot. So now let's get into your reading. Okay, Cancer, hi, welcome to Tarot by Naveen. Okay, so we're going to get into your love reading for the time frame of June the 15th to July the 10th of 2026. Let's see what's going on. Okay, the Hangman energy. So Cancer, it seems what's coming through is that you or someone else or whoever party is involved in this, they're hesitating from like moving forward with something. What's coming through is a bit of a complex emotion, where, well, when it comes to love readings, what isn't complex, right? But there seems to be on one of the you know what, you can take this where it resonates, because it is a general reading, and it could be vice versa in certain circumstances. But what's coming through is that someone, or it could be you, feels that they are not ready to move forward in a possible relationship, or introduce themselves in some capacity, or take the next steps forward in an existing relationship. They also there's some self-esteem issues, there's some perfectionist type issues, like should things go in this way, how would that look? Then that means I need to do this or that, or it's a lot of and in other cases, and this is a minutia of different things with the Hangman energy. It's stopping you from moving forward or taking the next significant step. There's too much in your head and planning and figuring things out, and and almost like stuck in a daydream, or stuck in the certain circumstances that don't exist yet, but they're kind of in your head. And it's kind of just kind of hard or kind of difficult to make a motion, make a move in some capacity. There's another emotion that's coming through. It's like something wanting another person to be, or okay, yes. It's like, for some of you, this is an emotion whereby you're hoping that someone else, or some individuals, or whoever, can evolve or can mature in certain respects, or you're wondering if you allowed or opened up the doors, would that change them in some way, or would that elevate them? Would that, I want to use my words carefully. It's almost like, would they take you seriously, or would they take this relationship or the potential seriously if you stepped up? Will that change their disposition? Will that change their mindset in some regard? Um, and it's coming through like that because it does teeter totter on the edge of you can't change someone, but I don't necessarily fully feel it like that. I feel like for some of you, you might be serious, but the other person or situation may not know how serious you want to take things, and they may not, you know, and you're saying to yourself, if you stepped up, would that change their mindset? Um, Maybe this could be for some of you. It could be a friendship whereby you want more than a friendship, or it could be in a certain type of relationship already, whereby you want more than just the surface level relationship. You want to go deeper. It could be any number of things in that regard, but there is those some complex emotions. Overall, wherever you fall into this category, Cancer, what I'm hearing is nothing is going to be answered unless you decide to move forward. You can't just stay kind of still stuck in your head. Okay. You're very creative with how you want to go about this, and you've thought about a lot of scenarios, but now it's time to, what I'm hearing is to take action and get answers to this potential love, interest, relationship dynamic. Further clarification for the hangman, we have, yeah, the tower energy. Yep, that's what I'm feeling, because it's like once, once you know, once you take that step forward, or vice versa in some capacity, it's gonna change everything. Like fundamentally, it's gonna change everything about the relationship. So that's why you have this tower energy. So the hangman is clarified by the tower. It's going to change the way all of you, interact with each other, how you plan towards events with one another, and the capacity of moving forward. Like for a lot of you, this is actually a good thing, because it does open up that next dimension of a relationship, of a friendship into a relationship, or deepening a relationship, or maybe even, in some cases I'm hearing you might have been living apart, and you brokered the thought or the talk to move in together. How would that look? So it's like the tower is just like, okay, then that may be resolved, whereby, yeah, it changes everything, and you'll actually do move in together. You know what I mean? Or take the relationship to the next level. Or, but I'm hearing for some of you, bittersweet, whereby you may approach and open the doors to saying, "Hey, I'm interested in you more than a friendship, or I'm interested in you in such a way," but they may not reciprocate in that regard, and you get your answer. It's bittersweet because sometimes it doesn't turn out as your highest hope in that regard, but it still changes everything. Like you can't take the question back. You can't, you know, it's you're gonna finally move forward. This is like that event transitioning the whole circumstance of your relationship. Okay. For some of you, it's very positive in that regard, and for some of you, it's bittersweet, whereby you may not necessarily get a reciprocation, but at least you get an answer and you can move on. Okay. But clearly, the main agenda is you cannot wait for this perfectionism type scenario. You have to just take a leap, in that regard. Further to the clarification, we have, yeah, the Five of Pentacles. Right now, it's like you have a lack of yourself in this regard with the Hangman. I feel like, a lack of self-esteem to move forward, or a lack of knowing. But the lack of knowing is, kind of, that's just kind of how it is if you don't take that step forward, right? And it's giving like this despair, like, what if they don't like me anymore? What if they don't, what if I just ruin everything, a good thing, in turn, but what if it works out? Or what if, you get your answer, maybe bittersweet, but that opens the door for something different, maybe later on with someone else or some other people. but you'll always kind of feel something unanswered. This feeling of like an empty hope of sorts until you move, until you take that step. Let's see what the Capricorn has to say on that. And we have, yeah, courthouse. So what's coming through is you have to be clear about this. For some of you, this may be in some respect of, moving in together or even letting go in some respects. Some of you, this could be a breakup, depending. This could be in making something official, you know, in a capacity of a type of relationship. You'll know where you resonate with you, but you won't get this answer, the judgment of sorts, until you literally stop fantasizing about what might be and actually take the leap and find out what will be. Okay, Cancer? So let's see what else is happening here. And we have, yeah, the Hierophant. Okay, so it seems that for a certain amount of you, it is an actual bittersweet aspect, but on another avenue of some of you, it's a very sweet aspect, and it really depends on where you fall into this energy, because the Hierophant is going very deep within, like your heart, your mind, your soul, your shadow self, your essence, and really figuring certain things out. Because some of you are going to get a positive answer, and it's really going to hit you, and you're gonna say to yourself, "Oh my God, what did I just do?" You know what I mean? It's like, oh my goodness, this is really happening, and even the machinations and the thoughts and the fantasies that you had, suddenly they become more tangible, they become more real, and then you kind of question yourself. You're like, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this commitment? And you brokered it, you initiated it, you resolved to take that step forward, like, and you just really sink back into your mindset and your heart space and really figure out, okay, this is turning out to be reality. Who am I in this situation? How should I proceed with them in this situation? Is it really going, you know what I mean? And then some of you, like I said, it's bittersweet, whereby you say, well, you got the answer to that. Um, for whatever reason, the next half of you, basically, that it turned out bittersweet, and you're gonna like question, your resolve, yourself, steel yourself, really comfort yourself in such a way. It's gonna be, emotion that you're gonna have to go through, but you're gonna get through it. You're going to probably kind of retreat in some cases from the world, just to gather your strength, gather your mind. Okay, but however you fall into the spectrum, it's a good thing, because it helps, this time that you take to really realize the change, because the Tower energy is like a radical change, so it's really hitting, impacting you. However you fall into the scenario, this self-reflection is going to be very good for you. Okay, I don't sense anything, untoward to be concerned, that this is just what's going to happen. Okay, after you get your answer, whether the answer is in the way you've kind of envisioned the fantasy going, or whether it's bittersweet, this is still necessary, a self-reflection of things. Let's see what else is happening for you, Cancer. And we have, yeah, the Empress. This is excellent. So some of you, like I said, when the more sweet answer, it's really, it could be an engagement, it could be moving in together, it could really take the relationship to the next level, really starting a new relationship, saying, yeah, let's make this official. We've been friends for long, and the Empress is coming through. Be careful, because in a good way, if you are ready for a family, or if you're not ready for if you're ready for a family, this is great. But if you're not necessarily ready for a family per se, maybe you need to be aware of your passions and everyone's passions, because you could possibly get pregnant in this regard. Okay, or you can get someone pregnant, whether you're male or female. um, but this is also like just bliss. This is abundance of life, of lifestyle, of social life, of togetherness, of health, of wellness, a lot of passion, a lot of growth and creativity and drive and truth that's involved in this Empress energy. She comes pregnant sometimes, as she is right here, and that could be another birthing effect to this relationship 9 months hence, and down the line. But then the development of that child, development of, and I could also be speaking metaphorically here, the development of your new life, this Tower energy that brings that new type of relationship is going to be very beneficial and exciting, on so many levels. This is a connection that, um, really it matures both parties, or however the parties are involved, matures and elevates you, and really kind of waters, and nurtures a barren ground of sorts, because you will have taken the initiative to finally start that garden of sorts. And for some of you, like I said, it could be a bittersweet, but you're taking stock into yourself, and then you're just going to love on yourself in this regard with the Empress. You're going to nurture your well-being, your physical. You're going to focus onto yourself, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and this focusing on yourself is going to further empower you, further, level you up, and you're going to be very, very attractive, very, very in the scene of sorts for yourself, and also with other people who are coming around you as well. Maybe even more cultivating of friendships and social life and other things like that. But it really nurtures who you are, like you empower yourself, okay? Which is really great. So it depends on where you fall on the spectrum. Like I said, I'm sensing more the significant major sides on this. Further clarification on that, and we have, yeah, Knight of Wands. So it's like you're almost to another finish line of sorts, but this is talking about diligence. This is talking about, consistency. Okay, so if you're entering a relationship, be diligent, be consistent, okay, as well as the bittersweet aspect, in nurturing yourself, okay, and planning for your next evolution of things, even if things didn't go in a particularly favorable way. But whichever way it went, to help the success and of this relationship, you're being asked to be diligent, consistent, true to your word. Don't give up when things in relationship gets hard or whatever, because things can change like right around the corner once you get through certain things. But you have to stay committed. Okay, the Nine of Wands is like that commitment to this success, commitment to this journey. Okay, especially when you kind of almost had cold feet here on certain respects. Let's see what the Giver card has to say. Yeah, concern. Like I said, whatever this is, whether it's bittersweet, however your relationship falls, whether it's bittersweet and you take that time for yourself and love on yourself, there's a concern. Yes, we know something. It's not always good to hear a no in certain respects, but once you stay committed to your peace, your happiness, your growth in life, you're going to be fine. And some of you, when you come to getting that yes, and you actually move on to in the type of relationship this is, there are going to be things that come up because you haven't seen certain sides of someone before, or vice versa. That's just what it is. Like this becoming more in a relationship. You can't just, dart out from an uncomfortable thing. The Knight of Wands staying committed, stays, consistent, diligent, and if concerns come up, talk it out, talk it over. Okay, this is a part of that growth and development. Like I said, that's a part of the Empress energy, whereby, like I said, in the nurturing of a child, either physically or metaphorically, but in this case, we're talking about metaphorically in this particular example I'm about to give, whereby a child could be, moving in the womb, kicking, and, it could cause a lot of uncomfortable aspects of a woman in pregnancy, for example. But just because there are certain uncomfortable things of concerning things, you deal with it. You don't discard it per se. You know what I mean? So, you've entered a new relationship. It's not going to be always bed of rainbows and butterflies and fairy tales. You have to stay the course, okay, for this birthing effect to eventually also take place into the next phase of things. Let's see what else is happening with you, Cancer. And we have, yeah, the Four of Cups. There we go. So, in the motion of things, either in your singlehood or even in your relationship that you're going to be developing, sorry, the Four of Cups, there's a certain aspect of um, you've been through or experienced certain things before, and you want something more. You want this to develop in the right way, depending on where you fall into this. If you're single, the universe is working on filling that next cup. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. You just need to be focused on what you're doing, okay, on what you're developing, and the universe is going to be working on that. If you're in the relationship and you're wondering how things are going to go, you can wait. You're looking forward to answers and hoping that it, comes through in the best possible way. The universe is going to work with the relationship, okay, because you're both committed, or the grouping, where however whatever type of relationship this is, the universe is going to bring those answers, bring those heartfelt understandings together. But you must allow the universe to do its thing and try not to pre like do like force certain aspects, because love is not necessarily a forceful answer thing. Some people, everybody has their proclivities, everybody has their way of vibing, and you have to compromise. You have to be flexible. The universe will help those understandings come about, okay, but don't force it, okay, don't force it. Lines of communication, great. Diligence, focus, nurturing one another, they're great. But don't force. So look, when certain people can explain and get ready, and so they can understand themselves before they open up, allow that process to take place. Okay. Let's see further to the Four of Cups, and we have, yeah, see, Queen of Pentacles. So this is someone who is going to speak towards this new initiative, or this um, new investment, or being nurturing the investment of sorts. Okay, this is someone who's hands-on. This is someone who, is also tender-hearted, but also serious about the commitment. They're serious about what they have been putting their time, their strength, their energy, their finances, their foundation, their capital, their name on the line. You know what I mean? So there, like I said, there is a commitment here, whether to yourself, if you're in the singlehood, or whether it's in a relationship. And you're really going to take stock of this investment and nurture this. You're not going to throw it by the wayside or anything like that, even if there's certain frustrations. That's everyone involved, but that's also the advice. You have to stay committed, and it takes interaction, is what I'm hearing. The Queen of Pentacles is interactive as well. Not just words. The actions complement the words. Okay, so let's see what else is happening here. And we have, yeah, Ten of Swords. So like I said, the universe is going to take care of those kind of, doldrums of sorts. It's going to fill that cup up with those answers. What comes about in the development of this. So the Ten of Swords is those like words that might have been said, those pains from the past, or the current circumstance that may have brought a certain level of uncomfortability. Once you enter the relationship, it's going to be healed, it's going to be taken out, it's going to be resolved. Okay, and you can move forward towards the sun. And again, if you're in the singlehood of this, those particular concerns or lamentations that you've had about yourself, your ego, your emotional, your physical, your mindset, your heart space, all of those regrets, those pains, those anguishes, those false promises, those hurts, those regrets or whatever that has been really hitting you in certain respects, especially as you went through this, those things are going to be cleared away. Okay, and you're going to be moving even more so into your healing, your positive, uplifting self. Okay, and you will be able to further invest into your peace, your happiness for the next bouts of possible potential love to further come your way or to manifest in your life. Let's see what the Kipper card has to say. Yeah, there we go. I literally just finished saying that. My goodness. High honor. So you're going to, like I said, let's talk about the single ones right now. It's like high honor. You're going to be respected. You're going to going to be very valued. People are going to see your quality, especially what you put into yourself as well after this dynamic as you move on to something even better. Okay, so don't worry, you're going to be just fine, honestly. Okay, and you will be approached with potential love later on down the line. For some of you who have entered a relationship or move into the next step of a relationship or something like that, after you get through the practicalities of sorts and get those resolutions, it's just going to make the connection even deeper. It's going to really connect you with this person or these individuals or whatever type of relationship that this is. And you're going to see each other in a very strong, very dynamic, very dependable way, is what I'm hearing. Okay, absolutely incredible. I'm sensing there could be also later on some travel involved for some of you. Okay, so let's see what your angel message has to say, Cancer. And we have the answers yes, and this is like the sun card basically of the of the angel oracle. Basically, yes, this is an emphatic yes. Okay, this is an absolute yes. Okay, so like I said, with the hangman energy, listen, if you are questioning if you should move forward and really just start, yes, this is absolutely like Cancer. What are you waiting on? Are you waiting for Christmas? Are you like get a move on, get an answer so you can move on with your life? Is what's coming through. I'm sorry to say it like that. Okay, and then we have the next one, reconsider. Yes, very good. So, especially around here, reconsider how you approach certain things. Okay, don't just jump off the handle with certain things. Like we spoke about flexibility, the concern, diligence. So think, breathe in certain respects, because it's one thing about knowing someone in one capacity is another thing to actually move forward in an official capacity. Okay, so just reconsider how you approach certain things. Is what's coming through here. It's going to help. Okay, so yeah, and by the way, Cancer, I'm being very clear. This reconsider is going to happen over here. Okay, I'm not feeling it over here where it's like going to cause you to think even more. No, I feel like the yes answer is right here, as in Cancer, hurry and make a move. Okay, so that things can progress. Okay, so Cancer, this has been your love reading. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube page, and please, 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 please consider becoming a Patreon member. Okay, I wish you the best. Bye. Hi, thank you so much for being a part of the channel. I really hope the reading was beneficial and uplifting, encouraging for you. I hope to see you back here real soon. Otherwise, I wish you the best. Bye.